Hey everybody, in this video of Proof of Make, we take a look at FCK. It's a casino on the blockchain. If you're gonna gamble with cryptocurrency, this is probably one of the better places to do it because it would be really hard for you to get scammed. Now it could shut down, that's something we'll take a look at, but you could still get your money back, which is interesting. So let's take a look at FCK. Alright, so now I'm going to sit down with our CTO Ty, and we're going to take a look at FCK.
Okay, so this is, or FCK.
Yeah, FCK.
Okay.
It's basically a decentralized gambling platform, released very recently, in the last couple months. It seems to be quite popular. According to DappRadar, it's one of the largest gambling platforms on Ethereum, fully decentralized.
But okay, is it, so they say here that they're really provably fair.
Yeah.
I know you've been looking at the smart contracts.
Look at the smart contract.
Is this really provably fair?
Yes, it is provably fair. However, with a couple of caveats.
So you can see the smart contract and everything.
You can. The first thing I would say is let's explain how on an architectural level. Let's say you went to a casino.
Okay.
And the person who is handling the cards, the person who's rolling, doing the roulette and everything else, is not in contact with the people who run the casino and own the casino. They have a set of rules that they have to follow, whether it's the blackjack rules or the roulette rules, and you know what those rules are, and they'll never change. And they'll never change the table, and they'll never change the balls you use, and nothing will ever change.
So what in here determines, and how is it fair, like what the result is? 'Cause that's really, at the end of the day, what matters, right? How are they determining if you're a winner or a loser?
All right, so that's a great question. They primarily do it by a set of two functions. Let me go. So on settle bet, which you can see here.
So this is really the meat of it.
Yeah, this is everything else is kind of handling accounts and kind of like types of bets, because the contract can handle many different like sizes of bets, as well as it keeps track of who needs to get paid out. Is that you can do a settle bet, and when you call settle bet, you send in what are called reveal numbers, which is just salt for a randomization hash.
Okay.
And a block hash, which is how they're determining where the actual bet is located in the mapping. What they do is they generate a hash from, which is, what a hash is they basically just take the number and scramble it a bunch.
Got it.
From the two salts and then an encoding.
Okay.
This is how you find the bet you want. Then you take all of that information and send it to settle bet common.
So they take the bet, they don't have like the bet number.
But that's how they classify it so you can find it. They know which bet it is. So you can see all of the bets are being stored on the blockchain. It's all on the smart contract. So there's no way to manipulate the bet. There's no way to change the bet. There's no function for that. The bet is simply being stored in the memory of Ethereum.
And it's kind of random what happens.
Okay, cool. So you can't actually change a bet once it's been created.
So how do we play the game?
The way we play the game is pretty simple. So we have a MetaMask already set up, and it's mounted to here, to this account. Basically, we said, do we want to do heads or do we want to do tails? So are you a heads tip or a tails guy?
Tail.
Tails.
All right, so 0.1. So this is like $20.
Yeah, this is quite a bit. We can go lower.
Let's go, 20.
We're going 20?
Yeah.
All right, we're going 50-50, 20 on the line.
So this is real. But they take a percentage, right? No matter whether I win or lose?
Yeah, they always say 1%. And it's done in the smart contract. So you can actually see the percentage getting taken out in the transaction, which is cool.
Okay, so, all right, here we go.
Bet, confirm, brings up MetaMask, and then asks you to confirm it.
So each transaction costs about 39 cents, but that obviously depends on your gas.
You can change it.
Okay.
It's all being handled through transactions, so it's not. They're not monitoring that. So you can set in a really small gas, and if it makes it through, you now have a bet.
Okay. So if you want to get too fast, they're about 30 cents plus the 1%. Got it. All right, so let's see.
Let's confirm it.
And I feel good about this, not for anything, not for gambling, but because I know that it's fair.
Yeah.
There's not a bot that's sitting on here that
changing. Yeah.
It's like, oh, let's take his $20.
Because they're still using the block hash to salt the number, the hash. So because of the nature of hashing and the nature of blocks, there's no way. We won.
We won $20.
We won 0.09604.
That's great. And the key to gambling is like you win and you stop. So that's great.
Yep.
That'll probably be the last time I play this. But Hey, that's great. That covered a cost for other demo videos that we did earlier today.
Yeah, and that will definitely be the last time I do this tonight. During this video.
Great. No, this is cool. I mean, it's fair. That's awesome. That's the thing. You always want to know that you're being treated fairly. When you go to an actual casino, you can see them flip the coin. You know there's right. But with online games, you don't know.
It's kind of hard
to
put
a big amount. They're like, haha, let's just make them lose.
But in this case, the smart contract means you know that you agreed to these rules. I agree to these rules. Even if the rules are, towards the house, you agree to them, and you can still win money. And the cool thing here is also we can see in the contract, and we might even already be there. When you win, they send your transaction back to you. So eventually in internal transactions, it takes a few minutes because there's a cron job bot somewhere that's handling this. They'll actually, through an internal transaction, send the money back to you, and it will just appear in your wallet.
Great.
There's no withdrawal. There's no anything. They're keeping recordation of which transactions need to be done.
Yeah, I don't have to claim.
You don't have to do that. Which, of course, brings up one problem that can occur, which is, of course, if this were to be taken down, and
if the server
that does that bot work gets taken down, then this will no longer function.
Wait, but my winning. Let's say the server went down that pings it. Can I still redeem my winnings?
There is a function that seems to do that.
We can at least get always get the money that we at least put in back.
It seems that there is a function that allows you to do that. It's a public function that can be called that will then distribute everything. So I think it's just kind of a nice thing for people to use that includes a bot that's going to ping it occasionally and will pay out everyone who needs to get paid out. Because it's record dating all that stuff.
What I would like to see here, though, is that so that anyone could do that, not just their smart contract can ping it. So if their address gets hacked, or not hacked, but if they lose their key or that server dies and they forget how to authenticate, or they lose their private key, that means that no one would be able to settle bets anymore, and this whole smart contract would die.
Yes, exactly.
They'd have to set up a new smart contract, of course, and then just point the game to that. That's all they would do.
And that's because everything is this address croupier here is the only account that can call that
can do it. Got it.
That function. Yeah.
To settle. So but it's transparent, but only one person can settle, which doesn't do anything, but it just adds a level of centralization. I'd like to see games in the future that just completely
invincible.
Users invincible, completely unstoppable. Really cool. But we'll see that. And maybe that's the thing. We could just take the smart contract, spin it up, right, and take that out. Now you have an unstoppable game.
Right.
So that's cool. Maybe there'll be an evolution where someone just does that.
Yeah.
Or they just decide to do it. Maybe they'll just do that and just switch out the contracts later.
And one thing that really appealed to me when I first saw it is so you have a kill, which is always kind of a weird thing for owner. Mm-hmm. But if you see here, the only way it can happen is if there are no bets sitting on the platform. So they can never kill or modify the contract that will affect bets unless there are no bets currently on the contract.
Great.
So you are protected from somebody trying to run with the money. The bets have to be cleared before you do anything to the contract to change.
And the thing is, this is kind of complicated. You never know. There are always things that might be lurking.
Always.
That's always the thing, because once you get to a few hundred lines of code, it's really hard to tell. But from what we can see, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, and then the commenting is nice. So the code makes sense. The game is simple. It runs fast.
Did I ever get money? Did we get it yet?
Let's see. It's an internal transaction, so it doesn't pop up here. So we need to actually.
Okay, that's interesting to know. You have to go to look in, if you're going to use this, you need to look in your internal transactions, not in your transactions. 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
How much did I get? It should be there
we go.
Wonderful.
Sent through.
Wow.
You got immediate withdrawal.
High five. Yeah, great. Awesome. Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, they made me a little bit of money, so I feel good.
Yeah.
Great.